I have been selling this book, Zanazli and Wan Chun Hong's Guide to Indie Filmmaking, which is published by MPH for a while now. It's a really good book if you want to be a filmmaker, whether it's for YouTube, social media, TV, film, cinema, whatever. This is the book to get. I'm going to make it more accessible and more affordable to all of you because I believe that everybody needs to become a filmmaker. The more filmmakers we have in the world, I think this world will be a better place to live in. Now it's available as an electronic book download on my website. I'm going to link it here. It's really cheap, it's really affordable. It's only 5 ringgit if you want to get the ebook version. Okay, 5 ringgit. It doesn't really cost much, right? It's just a little bit of something for me. I mean, it did take a lot of work to write. Each chapter of this book talks about one part of the filmmaking process. And for each chapter as well, I interview a local filmmaker. It's only 5 ringgit. It's only 5 ringgit. You're watching and listening to the FAT BIDIN Film Club. And I'm assuming I'm Zanazli.
And I'm Shoaib Mustafa.
As usual, every week we watch a local film and we review it.
And this week,
we're watching another local film and we're reviewing it. I don't know.
Called Close
what's
Your
it called?
Kopitiam.
Close Your Kopitiam.
Your Kopitiam, my Kopitiam.
Close Your
Somebody's
Kopitiam. And then the your is spelled UR.
Okay.
It sounds, I don't know, horrible. Alright, we watched the movie called... What's the movie called? It's a Chinese movie.
Close Your Kopitiam.
Oh, Close Your Kopitiam, but all spelling in like WhatsApp spelling.
Yeah, it's online social media spelling.
It's a Mandarin movie. It's a Chinese movie.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Mandarin, but it's a Chinese movie. I think it's a spill-off from all the Chinese New Year season movies lah. Yeah, so would you like to tell people what it's about?
It's about a guy who, Bill, who inherits a kopitiam from his
Parents.
mother. And so in the kopitiam he rents like different stalls to different people lah. So you all get all these different characters lah, like a sister duo that sells chicken rice. Then there's the guy, who's the guy? The really famous guy. You know him from all Alvin, who's selling wonton mee. Then there's a pork noodle guy, and then there's like all these Myanmar workers, but they can all speak Mandarin because they come to work at the kopitiam.
They even speak Mandarin to each other.
To each other. Because they come from different parts of Myanmar, you know.
So the unifying language is Mandarin.
Language is Mandarin.
I see.
Yes.
It's not even Burmese.
No,
Khmer
it's
or whatever.
Mandarin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't understand, okay?
Oh, Khmer is Cambodian, sorry. Yeah.
Anyway. So, yeah lah, so this guy, he's like, business is, not to say bad, but he's like constantly increasing the rent. And then...
Don't break the dinosaur.
I built it, obviously I won't break it. And then, one day an influencer, Anthony, comes to his shop and starts like filming. But he's like doing, what are you doing? Are you listening to me or not?
They need to listen to you. I don't need to listen to you. I know what the movie is. I know what the movie is about.
Do you really?
Yeah. Okay, go on.
I'm not gonna do it if you're not listening to me. This is very disrespectful. Then might as well you just do this review yourself. Goodbye.
Okay, and then.
No, I'm walking off.
And then. Okay, Hey, don't waste time. You're wasting people's time, come on.
You're wasting my time.
hurry up.
And then, I forgot already what I was saying. And then Anthony comes. And then, he fights with Anthony. And then, Anthony posts it on social media. And then, they start to boycott his kopitiam. So that's why it's called Close Your Kopitiam. So that's what the story is about, basically.
Okay.
Okay.
So what do we think about the film?
we think?
Can I just tell what I think about the film
Sure.
first? Then after that you can
Sure.
tell you. I think it's a horrible film. They chose a lot of social media influencers to act in this film because I think they want to pull the crowd. That's always already a bad sign. It's a red flag because they know that the story is not great, so they need the influencers' followers to come and watch the film. And I think that translated into the film because the film to me was a horrible film. It was a slapstick comedy film, but the slapstick isn't like a good slapstick. It reminds me of all those old Malay movies in the 90s and the 2000s. You know, the Metro Wealth films, the one that they were being churned out like 10, 20 a year, very low budget, but making really stupid comedy. Yeah, so it was that kind of spirit lah. There's nothing even to talk about for me lah. There's nothing to talk about this film also lah, even if it's bad. You know, sometimes some films are bad, but you can see that there's some form of like reflection in society or whatever, right? Or a trend in the film industry. This one, no, I don't know why they even made this film because, you know, it's bad lah. I was very annoyed watching this film. So annoyed, so irritated because it brought me back to that zaman of all these lousy Malay movies. You know, it's like, you know, adikku kahwin sotong, ustazahku makan ais kacang, you know, or suamiku ustad, those kind of, no, not even those kind of shows. Like it was even before those shows, you know. So I did not like the film at all. Yeah.
I actually kind of enjoyed it. It's not a good film. It wasn't so slapstick. I feel like we've seen films that have had more of those like slapstick elements, and this one wasn't that slapstick. Like it really wasn't that bad. The only character that was actually really bad was the social media influencer guy because he was very two-dimensional. He was very, his motivations were clear but very like stupid lah. There was nothing humanizing him at all. He was like a cartoon. Everybody else though I thought had like some human element to it. There was growth. There was, the dynamic was actually quite nice. And it was I thought the story still had good meaning in spite of everything. Was it done very well? Well, not really. It could have been done better, but it wasn't terrible lah. It wasn't like so bad to the point where, you know, is how I feel about it. Yeah, it was a bit long. It could have been a bit shorter. There's this like, it's constantly it's like a good versus evil situation, right? So the social media influencer guy constantly finds things to do to like shut down this kopitiam for whatever reason, and it's very draggy in that sense. That part of the plot I felt was very draggy. Like the first time already was enough, and then you just really wanted to see how they were going to come back from it. I don't think that we needed the second, third like bad guy thing going on. Yeah, so it was not a great film. It was not even a very good film, but it was okay.
Yeah, you tell people to watch it. There's nothing much to say, right? This film, even if it was okay, also it's like no significant kind of film, right?
Would I tell people to watch it?
I would say no. It's a waste of your life.
It's not a waste of your
Yes.
life. There are films that are a waste of your life, but this was not one of them.
It's not a waste of our lives because we are reviewing it, but to watch it as a film, I think it's a total waste of time.
No, I think there's a demographic that will still enjoy it. Like when we went, there were still people in the cinema and they were
Yes.
still interacting with the film.
Yes, Metro Wealth Films had a demographic.
Yeah, so
They had.
is it fair to say?
It's fair for us to say it as our opinion. I'm not reviewing it for a demographic that's not mine.
Okay.
You know, I'm just saying, for me, this movie was horrible. It's one of the worst movies I've seen this year. Maybe even last year.
I don't feel that way. So I think I would say if it was on, then you can watch it. But I wouldn't specifically go to the cinema to watch it.
Yeah, see?
It's where I stand.
Yeah.
So
Even if it was like on, you can change the channel. Or change
No.
streaming platform or choose a different film. Really.
No
There are
lah.
many other better films that can fill your time. No?
Yes, but look, people, there was effort put into it. The storyline is not absolutely terrible. I think this film needs to be given a fair chance with the other mediocre films, as opposed to the films that are really truly terrible.
This is me really truly terrible.
I don't think this film is really truly terrible. So
Like even
Yeah.
even if you put in effort, so what? So just because you put in effort, everybody was going to see.
no, but it's not for me. For me, it's not terrible to the point that you shouldn't watch it at all, because it still had a plot. The acting was not absolutely bad, except for that one guy. The dynamics were okay, and it was just a little bit long in the sense that they just kept repeating this like good evil thing. But there was still a storyline, there was still character development, there was still some parts that were funny, there was still some parts that were kind of touching. But is it a little bit predictable? Is it kind of mediocre? Yes.
Kind of.
Yeah, so but it's not like we have seen films that have been so much worse.
And we said it.
Yeah, so
Oh.
I personally don't
So-
feel that this film falls in that category. It
I
just
do.
falls in the kind of okay category.
I think it's horrible.
Okay lah. So
Let
Leave
you
it up
guys
to you
tell us
lah.
what you tell us. You guys tell us what you all think. But then it means you would have to go watch it, and I don't want to subject you to that. You know, yeah. So never mind.
if you want to listen to him lah.
this movie can go into obscurity, and just like, you know, yeah, obscure. yeah.
Great.
Okay, so like this video, don't like this video, subscribe to our channel, follow us on all our social media platforms at FAT BIDIN, or go to fatbidin.com to get everything. You've been watching and listening to the FAT BIDIN Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm sure it was not.